This is a week.
That's not bad.
Well, no, but now it'll slow down. And it's, see, it doesn't come in here. And mainly I wanted to grow the hair on my head back.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
It'll be still our first meeting or second.
Yeah.
So the Seinfeld, we got to back in the fall. And he sounds depressed.
Yeah, I do have a big bald spot.
It's distinguished.
I just want to see what happens.
Let's proceed with that. Anyways.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 6:30 and time to start our Marion City Council meeting for July 13th, 2026. And we'll start, clerk, with the roll call.
Mr. Barr?
Present.
Ms. Larkin?
Present.
Mr. R. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Stevenson?
Present.
Mr. T. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Dichtel?
Present.
Mr. Clark?
Yep.
Mr. Kreider?
Present.
Mr. Rollins?
Present.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Present. And next we'll have our invocation and pledge of allegiance. The invocation led by Pastor Brett Fleeston, lead pastor of True Life Church. Thank you.
Father, we give you praise again. Thank you for this great big family, that we all look in the same direction. We keep our minds together. We keep our hearts on the same page. And God, I thank you. We'll accomplish much together. We give you the glory for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, you have the summary of proceedings. Mr. Clark.
Yeah, on page 5, item 4, the second paragraph. Unless Rob and Zoe haven't been informed, she is the grant writer, not the safety service director.
Yep. Taking that for him. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Dichtel?
Yeah, summary proceedings, line 3, Councilman Nicolosi should be Councilman T. Smith.
I wondered what happened there.
How did we get a Nicolosi?
I don't know.
Great people.
They said it should be T. Smith.
Mr. T. Smith.
Make a motion to approve with those corrections.
A motion and a second from Mr. T. Smith first and
Mr.
Mr.
Kreider.
Kreider. I was going to say Mr. Scott. Mr. Kreider with the second.
All right, Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries. Summary of proceedings are accepted. New business.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
I'm sorry.
Please, someone to shut the
Oh.
door.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
New business, item number 1, ordinance 2026-062, 2025, CBDG projects approved.
Ordinance authorizing the Safety Service Director to prepare plans and specifications, advertise for bids, and enter into contract for the PY 2025 CDBG grant projects and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Rollins, this comes from one of your committees.
Yeah, this came out of finance with the 3-0 recommendation to adopt. This is the 2025 CDBG allocation grants. So we were awarded all 3. So just like the title says, this is for the administration to actually go out, spec and bid for the projects. Just to remind everybody, those 3 projects are the Fairground and Leader Street Trail, kind of that second phase of that trail, the roof of the rec center, and the heating and cooling system at Leap and Outreach. So unless there's any questions, I'm going to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
We have a motion to suspend 3 readings and a second, it looks like, from Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, clerk?
Mr. Barr,
Yes.
Ms. Larkin,
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Mr. Kreider,
Yes.
Mr. Rollins.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously to suspend the three readings rule. Mr. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to adopt.
A motion to adopt from Mr. Rollins and a second from Mr. T. Smith.
Mr. Barr,
Yes.
Ms. Larkin,
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Mr. Kreider,
Yes.
Mr. Rollins.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously to adopt the ordinance. Item number 2, ordinance 2026-063, e-bikes amendment.
Ordinance amending Part 3, Traffic Code, Title I Administration, Enforcement and Penalties, and Title IX Pedestrians, Bicycles, Motorcycles, and Snowmobiles. More specifically, Chapter 301, Definitions, and Chapter 373, Bicycles and Motorcycles of the Codified Ordinance of the City of Marion, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. R. Smith, comes from your committee.
Yes, we've had quite a bit of discussion on this. I'm not really sure what more can be said about it. We did revise it a bit to make it clearer, plainer. Maybe the law director would like to say something. If not, I'll make a motion to adopt it.
We have a motion to adopt.
Well, this is a first reading, so we can't do that, just point of order.
Okay.
Thank you, yes. We've talked about it for many times.
Yeah, it seems like it's been here forever.
Mr. Barr?
I just have a question for Chief McDonald. Does this give you all the language you need for your officers to be able to appropriately handle situations with these vehicles on the road?
Yes, it clarifies things that are important to us, such as using them on sidewalks and new definitions that enable us to take enforcement action where that's appropriate.
Do you see anything that's missing in this?
No, but I want to be perfectly clear that this ordinance does not address mini bikes and ATVs. Those are governed by a separate section. There is nowhere in the city of Marion on public property that those are permitted to be operated. So this does not, and that is the thing we get the most calls about, are those things.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. R. Smith?
Yes, since this is declaring emergency, I will make a motion to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend the three readings rule for Mr. R. Smith and a second from Mr. Kreider. Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, just real quick on the motion to suspend. Do we think there's an opportunity here for this to go three readings to educate the public? Because this is going to be a pretty big change. I think we have a duty as council members to educate, inform the citizens regarding the changes that we're making here. I think if we do this too hastily, it's going to get lost in translation and it's going to be very confusing for everyone. I think we should let this go three readings, let people kind of digest this, ask questions if there are questions. We can go ahead and take the first and the second, vote how you feel, but I will not be voting to suspend.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and take the roll.
I do have a question. I don't know why the declaring the emergency is in there. Mr. Law Director, do you know why this was declared as an emergency?
effective immediately.
So that it would take effect upon the mayor's signature?
Okay, just so it goes into effect sooner?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Ms. Lupke?
I will withdraw my motion to suspend.
This is Teresa Lepke, 555 Normandy Drive. I was going to say, I've spoken at committee. I am highly in favor of this legislation. I think it's really needed. But I agree with Mr. Rollins that you should let it, we've been waiting a long time, right? What's three readings? And there's already a lot of criticism about how fast things get through council sometimes. So, yeah, let it go three readings.
Right, tk you. Yes?
I have noticed that there are more kids wearing helmets on their bikes and stuff. So that it's something that's helping.
Some words getting out?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I
Mr.
will
Kreider?
second the withdrawal.
Withdraw that, okay, or second the withdrawal, all right.
So this is first reading.
Yes. No, you don't need to. Next on the agenda, item number 3, ordinance 2026-064, 245 St. James rezoning. And we'll have a note to the clerk that we need to X out an extra E in that word rezoning. Thank you. Go ahead.
Ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Marion by rezoning lot number 536 in H.J. Barnhart's first addition to the city of Marion, commonly known as 245 St. James Street, from R2 General Dwelling District to R3 Multifamily District.
Thank you. Mr. Kreider?
Yes, this came out of Zoning and Annexation Committee with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. I guess we're just doing the first reading tonight. If there's any other comments. I think a lot of the restrictions and so forth that is provided by the owners when working with regional planning on that, so.
Do we know when that public notice will be? Then does that have a public meeting?
Do we know a date yet?
Matt would probably be the only one who knows. It certainly will be in August. I can't remember if it's the 10th or the second meeting.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yeah, I know this is going to be a first reading, and I'm hopeful that it'll go all 3. But this is right in the 5th Ward, and I know several people, in fact, most of the neighborhood around it, they didn't really care for the idea of it when it first came in to begin with. Haven't had a ton of complaint other than the fact that even when it was zoned R2, their stipulations were up to 6 people, I believe it was. And it's my understanding the big change is so that they can get more people. I'm having a hard time understanding how we're going to get them to not exceed that amount, since they couldn't even abide by the R2 regulations. So I did see that we do have a list of things that they've agreed to abide by. One of the big things is paid staff supervision on site 24/7. That's very convenient, but they also, I believe, we were under the impression that was already happening before as well. So just things to take note on and remember as we proceed with the rest of the readings.
Mr. Barr?
Yeah, I just wanted to note that they were compliant with the zoning when it was R2 that we just changed last fall. Now they're above the amount of people that can be there. That's why they came and asked to be rezoned, so they could be compliant with the current zoning rules. And there's always been staffing.
I'm certain I've heard that from the public that there's been more than what's permitted over there.
Yeah, that's what I just said too, and they said when they came.
Right.
Because we changed the zoning rules, which put them out of compliance. That's why they came, being transparent, asking to be rezoned. It's a 1-acre lot surrounded by R1s. It's a 4,000 square foot facility. I think they can handle 10 to 12 clients.
Surrounded by R1s, just like you stated.
Yeah, well, half a block away are R3s. Yeah. But it was already spot zoned because of the enormous size of that lot. That's all.
Thank you. Anything further? Okay. Hearing nothing, leave that as a first reading. Move on to item number 4. Resolution 2026-017, annexation services, Marion Marysville Road.
Resolution whereby the city of Marion agrees to provide fire protection, zoning, police protection, street maintenance, and all other ordinary city services provided within the boundaries of the city of Marion to the territory proposed for annexation to the city located south of the city of Marion containing 0.558 acres and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Kreider, this comes from your committee?
Yes, this also came out of Zoning and Annexation Committee with a 3-0 no recommendation. It does have an emergency clause attached to it. I guess a public hearing is going to be scheduled sometime in August. And I guess primarily it's a small lot that's going to propose to have a billboard because it's just not that big of a lot. I will make the motion then to suspend the 3 readings.
Well, we'll need it. This requires.
So this is gonna be just a little confusing, remember there's two.
Yeah.
So this is the first of two ordinances, this one's actually a resolution. We need to do this one tonight to get it across the street.
Right back, because
And then the other one will follow.
we have a time element,
Yeah.
so we have to do the emergency on that, so that motion is on the floor.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Kreider, we have a motion from you for the suspension of 3 readings.
Correct.
And second from Mr. Aaron Rollins.
Okay.
And, go ahead.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dichtel?
No.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
7-2.
Okay, motion carries 7-2 for the suspension of the 3 readings. Mr. Dichtel, did you have a comment I missed?
I did, I'm just a little confused with it. This is just a half-acre lot with a billboard going on it. What is the purpose of them being annexed into the city? Is there any?
There's a time element, and I think maybe Claude directed.
I mean, what is the purpose?
So the property owner
Yeah.
has chosen to apply to become part of the city and have that parcel join as a part of the corporation boundaries. So the owner has chosen to become a part of the city.
Okay, does the city benefit in any way from that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time someone joins the city, we become larger, even if it's only a half acre.
Okay.
And then what is significant is this property adjoins other properties, and maybe this isn't the property that's going to get us to a larger tract, but you never know which property is going to be the one that gets you to the larger tract.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Mr. Barr?
Motion to adopt.
We have a motion to adopt from Mr. Barr, a second from Mr. R. Smith. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Mr. T. Smith?
Do we know if this is a buildable lot, or are you able to build anything on this?
No, it's pretty narrow. I mean, you could put probably a shed or a house.
My understanding is just wanting to put a sign there? Is that-
Yeah, house
Essentially a
trailer.
billboard.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? All right, hearing none, let's take the roll.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously to adopt. Item number 5, ordinance 2026-065, Justice Memorial Grant.
Ordinance to authorize the Safety Service Director to apply for and administer the 2026 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program, JAG, through the Office of Criminal Justice Services and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Rollins, this come from Finance?
Yeah, this has come from Finance with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. This is a $150,000 grant through JAG for officers. There is a 25% match. One of the questions that I did have from committee, Zoe is here tonight, is there anything that we can apply in terms of a waiver or?
Yes, we are applying for the waiver.
Okay, perfect.
Mr. Rollins, I have a question because our agenda says no recommendation.
Sorry.
But you just said the committee had a 3-0 recommendation to adopt.
I'm pretty confident we did.
We did.
I just wanted to clarify, I don't,
If I remember right, yes, we did have a 3-0
No
to
recommendation.
adopt.
It was no recommendation, but you had that question about whether we were going to apply for a waiver, and Zoe wasn't here. But in the third whereas, it says that we can apply for the waiver.
Well, I don't know.
so I'll have to look into that.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I just also want to clarify that this is for radios. In our ongoing attempt to upgrade our radios that are obsolete and cannot be replaced, it's not for officers, that's a different grant.
Oh,
Thank you.
so there we go.
Mr. Barr,
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
we have a motion to suspend the 3 readings rule from Mr. Barr and a second from Mr. R. Smith. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
8-1. Motion carries 8-1. So Mr. Clark first.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt from Mr. Clark and a second from Mr. Rollins.
So moved.
Any further questions or comments?
I do.
Yes, Mr. T. Smith?
For the chief, you said this was for radios, right? Like in the car or on there? Okay, so I feel like in the past on council, you've told us that before. I could be wrong, but is this just like a repeat thing that we have to keep replacing?
Yeah, there's, we need how many radios, like?
70.
Yeah, and we've applied for so many grants, each one gives us like 5 or 10. They're not supported by their system anymore, so when they break, they're done.
Okay.
And I mean, officers need radios.
Yeah.
So the last time we got this grant, I think they gave us 16 grand. We
Yeah.
asked for 150, they gave us 16. We're asking for 150 again. I don't know how much they'll give us. I will tell you though that these are Motorola radios. We have used Motorola radios my entire career. We have went out and got quotes from Kenwood radios. That the fire department uses that brand of radio, and they are, instead, for the grant we got, the 16 grand, instead of getting 5 radios, I think I can get 8. So we are doing everything we can to try to be fiscally responsible. The radios are a little bigger, a little heavier, but will work just fine, and we're testing them now to see if they're what we want. But we eventually are going to need about 70 radios at between 3 and 4,500 each.
Have you tried Radio Shack?
Thank you, Chief.
They bring their cars too and go to remote control.
Okay, anything further?
Nope, that's all.
All right. All right, Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 6, ordinance 2026-066, YMCA scholarship appropriation. Ordinance appropriating monies received and accepted by previous ordinance in regard to scholarships to be used by participants in the YMCA program operated at the city's rec center. Mr. Rollins, this comes out of your committee?
Yeah, this came out of, I want to make sure I'm reading it correctly here. Came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. This comes to us, this is the wastewater pollution loan, correct?
No, this is the YMCA.
I don't have it.
Item number 6?
Number 6, yes.
This is from you.
I went from the justice grant to,
This is the poet donation.
The poet one.
oh, okay.
This is your money.
201.
Yeah, so this is the donation for $3,000 that Poet gave to the rec center for scholarships. I don't exactly know what was wrong with the original legislation, but there was an issue, so this came back through.
It was my fault. I just put accepting and it should have been accepting and appropriating.
Gotcha.
You would think I'd be good at the ordinances by now.
Thank you.
So again, I would be abstaining from this one moving forward.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Barr
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
and Mr. Dichtel?
Second that.
Okay, we have a motion to suspend for Mr. Barr and a second for Mr. Dichtel to suspend the 3 readings rule. Are you ready? Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Abstain.
Motion carries, 8 to 1 abstention. And Mr. T. Smith?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Mr. T. Smith and a second from Mr. Stevenson. Any further comments or questions on that? Hearing none, go ahead. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Abstain.
Motion carries. 801. Item number 7. Resolution 2026-018, water pollution loan.
Resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to apply for, accept, and enter into a water pollution control loan, WPCOF, agreement on behalf of the City of Marion, Ohio for planning, design, and/or construction of wastewater facilities and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, this came out of finance with the 3-0 recommendation to approve. This came to us from the water department. This is for the safety service director to apply with the Ohio EPA for a leachate plant. Matt is here if there's any questions from council.
Any questions? Mr. Barr?
Barring any questions, I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
Okay. We have a motion to suspend from Mr. Barr. Looks like a second from Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
8-1.
Motion carries 8-1 for the suspension of the 3 readings rule. Mr. Clark?
A motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt for Mr. Clark. Mr. T. Smith?
Before we adopt this, Mr. Rice, do you think you could come up and tell us and the public what exactly this is and what we're doing here, if you don't mind?
I came to council, I'm Matt Ice, Water Pollution Control Superintendent. I came to council a few months ago to get this approved, and through the approval, we awarded it to an engineering firm, and they were supposed to, that was in the ordinance, to apply for the loan. Doing all the loan documentation, they said that it wasn't sufficient. So what this is it's a leachate treatment facility. We can bring leachate in, treat it, and remove some of these emerging contaminants that are present in some of the leachate. It's about 15% of our income or revenue for our operating expenses at the plant. So it's a big part of our plant that we'd like to keep.
Okay.
Is leachate, is that what was making the water taste so horrible several months back?
So we're wastewater.
Okay. So that was...
Water is upstream, we are downstream. We have nothing to do with the drinking water.
Thank God, yeah.
Thank you.
So
Anything else?
this is a rebate to your facility, or?
So this will be a new facility that'll treat leachate. This is just for the design of it. This is also a 100% forgiven loan. So basically, the EPA is paying for the design. They're supposed to pay for the construction. We haven't been awarded that yet. But this is the design, and the reason that it shows on there, it comes out of the sewer improvement fund, is it's a pass-through loan. So they'll give us the money, then we pay the contractor.
Awesome. Okay, thank you for filling me in.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion for Mr. Clark to adopt.
I'll second.
And it looks like a second from Mr. R. Smith. Anything further? Hearing nothing, let's go ahead.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 8, Resolution 2026-019, Tax Budget 2027.
Resolution approving and adopting the tax budget of the City of Marion, Ohio for the year ending December 31st, 2027.
And Mr. Rollins.
Yeah, this came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. This is the kind of annual tax budget that we send across the street to the county. This is in order to receive our share of the property taxes. This is extremely late this year due to some various reasons, but we are under a time crunch for this one, so I am going to make the motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
We have a motion for Mr. Rollins to suspend 3 readings, and it looks like Mr. Clark with the second.
Yes.
Anything else on that? Mr. R. Smith?
I believe on our agenda here, it says that we're supposed to have a public hearing tonight.
That's correct, yeah, so Should we take this vote or not on the suspension?
Take the suspension and open it up.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take the vote.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries 8-1. And next, we will start our public hearing, so. It's beginning now, at 7 PM. Any comments or questions? Yes, ma'am, would you like to come to the podium, please, and give us your name and address? Yes, up here. Thank you. Be sure to speak legibly and loudly so we can catch your name.
My name is Joelle DeBranks, and I live at 832 North Main Street in Marion. I was coming to talk about, I know it's probably been talked about somewhat. I'm not happy about doing away with curbside recycling pickup, and...
Oh, I'm sorry, but I think we need to keep this to this particular, is this about this particular item?
This is about the tax budget. I think that's better served at the matters
Oh,
not on the
yeah.
agenda at the end.
Well, we do have public comments at the end, I think.
I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
this was...
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's all right. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Lepke.
Teresa Lepke, 555 Normandy Drive. So I'm looking at the PDF that is part of the agenda that went out. There are no column headings on the PDF that's online. So can somebody tell us what those headings are so that we know what we're looking at?
Are you looking at this? Because I didn't click on the link to look at it, but I'm assuming you're looking at this. I'm hoping you're looking at this.
This is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but that's the end of,
But that's what it goes to online.
it should be like this.
Yeah,
And
that's
then that should be the end of it, so there should.
Oh, they're backwards. Look at page 2, and that should be page 1, maybe.
Maybe it got scanned in.
Oh, yeah. You have to scroll down to see the column headings. Okay, well, that explains it. I'm looking there like, how are we supposed to know what that answer my question?
Sorry about that.
No, I just need a minute to look at it.
Well, thanks for pointing that out. I didn't realize that. Mr. Dickel?
Can we even do this? Because it says there's supposed to be public notice 10 days prior to the date of such public hearing. Has there been public notice?
I believe that's, Matt took care of it. Mr.
There was
Pollock took care of it.
ad ran in the paper.
I just want to make sure we don't run afoul.
That was all taken care of.
Thank you.
All right, anything further? All right, hearing nothing? Mr. Rollins, you
I'm
ready
waiting for
to?
you to close the public hearing.
All righty, let's do it. 7:03, you close the public hearing, and Mr. Rollins?
Make a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, and a second for Mr. Barr for this tax budget resolution.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Adopt the tax budget. Number 8. Next is item number 9, ordinance 2026-067, insurance refunds.
Ordinance making additional appropriations to the insurance proceeds fund for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
And Mr. Rollins.
Yeah, this came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. This is a normal housekeeping item with regard to residential fire losses and insurance proceeds. If there are no questions from council, I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
A motion to suspend 3 readings from Mr. Rollins. Looks like a second from Mr. Clark. Any questions from council?
All right, Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries 8-1. Mr. Rollins?
Motion to adopt.
And it looks like Mr. Clark has a second. Motion to adopt and a second from Mr. Clark. Clerk?
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Did you get 9? Yep. Okay. Motion carries unanimously. All right. Next, we come to administration or council matters not on the agenda. Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, I just have one item. I'll be brief. Over the last week, I had the misfortune to attend the funeral services for a 16-year-old student from Harding High School. A student that was taken way before his time. Mother, sister, 17 and 16-year-old kids had to say goodbye. A tragic loss of life at the hands of somebody who should have never, ever been on the roads. So what I'm asking my city councilman is when the budget comes around next year and we have the conversation about the court budget, please, let's freaking do something. Enough is enough. That is the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins. Any other matters not on the agenda by council or admin? Mr. T. Smith?
Yeah, if we got a little bit of time, I'd like to discuss flock cameras and the surveillance a little bit. So I wrote a little something out here. I'm just going to read it, and then if anybody else has anything that they'd like to add in, feel free. So the surveillance in the communities, in my opinion, isn't right. It's not just here, it's in towns all over Ohio, and they're canceling their flock contracts. And quite honestly, it's not just in Ohio, it's all over the country. There are maybe major privacy concerns, whether it be tracking with, whether it be local police, federal police. The capabilities of the system do not align with constitutional rights, and in my opinion, we shouldn't have them. Flock is a private company with over $300 million in government contracts. That means that the government is using our tax dollars to survey us every single place you go. That may not be how our local police department is using them. I can't speak for that, and I would like to think not. But it's already been found out that all over the country, all over the U.S., that is happening. So there is no amount of auditing that should make anybody feel comfortable with how many cameras are being utilized by our government. So if anybody else would like to say anything else, I'm going to make a motion here shortly. Not any members of the council that have anything.
Mr. Clark?
to add.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate your view on this. I don't have a problem with the flock cameras. However, I'll have to ask our law director here. I don't think this body has the ability to act on removing the cameras, as this is a county program. The sheriff got the grant, ran it through the county commissioners, and they put the cameras in. We are a part of Marion County, so the sheriff has jurisdiction over the city. Now, I don't know, can we tell them to take the cameras out, or is that something the county has to do?
So, I don't even know what the motion that's
There's not
going
a
to be
motion.
made is, so it's difficult to answer the question.
Does this legislative body have any jurisdiction over the flock cameras in the city of Marion?
The answer is yes, in regards to the legislative body is a legislative body that can make laws, pass laws, and enforce, support laws to be enforced.
So we can have them removed if
No.
we would vote on it?
Depends on how you go about your legislative acts, so it's dependent on how you go about your legislative acts.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Mr. Kreider?
Yes, again, the city of Cleveland voted to have those removed. That's in Cuyahoga County. Why, I mean, we certainly can refer to those entities and referencing that. So this contract has been renewed at less cost to the county and so forth. Placements have been the same. We've had no say so whatsoever. This is being a new contract and so forth. I just think we've got to have our say in council for this. So.
Thank you, Mr. Kreider. Anyone else? Mr. R. Smith?
Yes, I have no problem with flock cameras. From what I understand, what I've read, what I've heard from presentations made here, they are encrypted from the time the cameras or the pictures are taken. They're pointed at the rear of a vehicle, not the windshield, so that they don't see who's driving the vehicle. They're used for tracking a vehicle that is suspected of committing a crime. That has to be specified before they can go in and look for that picture or that picture train, so to speak. If we're worried about surveillance, there's thousands of Ring cameras in this city that you go by every day, and those are not encrypted, and anybody that wants to can ask for them. And if a policeman comes to my door and says, can we see your Ring camera footage because we think a robbery took place down the street at the Dollar General or whatever, I'll say yes, and it takes no court action or anything like that. Same thing with Walmart and Myers and Rural King and all of those. They all have security cameras. We're on hundreds of cameras every day of our lives. 99% of those are not encrypted. 99% of those are free to the public. And you talk about people hacking into Flock. How much easier is it to hack into your Ring camera at home or to Walmart? I mean, so I have no problem at all with the benefit that's served by Flock. I think that this community would be better served by tightening up the access to Flock rather than trying to eliminate the camera altogether. Thank you.
Mr. Stevenson?
I would like to refute a couple of those points. I have been collecting some evidence of other city councils and their research into Flock cameras and following several people who post their findings on Flock and their surveillance and their security. It has been found numerous times that they, despite claiming being encrypted photography, they are not. So far as to have open web pages that I have personally visited that you simply type in the web address and you have access to thousands of cameras across the nation. Furthermore, the AI systems that are in control of the cameras that specifically control the movement and observation of the cameras are programmed to track faces specifically. They are moving to add audio detection, to listen to keywords, and to attempt to have audio surveillance of the entire United States, as well as their camera tracking. They are further moving to incorporate drones into their equipment to have 24/7 eyes in the sky, which admittedly could be useful for police, as if their motives were as they say they are, and they only did license plates and they only helped with warrants and the things that they claim to want to assist with, I would be all for it, but they have proven multiple times in a series of evidence that I have been collecting that that is not their goal and their intention. And one final point is just because we have thousands of cameras that are already eavesdropping into our lives, that are already breaking into the verges of what our Fourth Amendment rights cover, adding more to the list doesn't make those previous any less of infringements upon people's personal rights to privacy and security. And these are the sort of items that are the baby steps towards a total police state, and whether or not they end up becoming that is up to us. And it's the sort of decision that I think that I regret to be someone who has to make these sorts of decisions, that we have come to the point where that is even a question. But we should not bow down and accept being monitored 24/7 all of the time, wherever we are, because, you know, we have already seen what this country, you know, is willing to do with COVID restrictions when it comes to telling people where they can be, what hours that they are allowed to be out, and the ability for 24/7 surveillance to turn the United States into essentially a prison camp is not far-fetched with these devices in place.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clark.
Yeah, appreciate your thoughts there. However, the cameras that we have in Marion County are strictly license plate readers. They do not toggle, they do not move, and I think the chief of police will back me up on this, that they only take a picture of the rear of the vehicle, nothing else. Is that not correct?
That is correct, and there are a couple other things that were said today that I want to respond to. First, the city of Cleveland did move to cancel their contract. They've since reconsidered, reinstated it. The same with the city of Toledo. They've reversed their decision. Flock does have drones. We do not have Flock drones. Drones will replace helicopters and airplanes that are being used by law enforcement at some point in the future. Won't happen in my career, but at some point in the future, they absolutely will. We talk about, or we've heard from speakers on council now and people in the past, how this is unconstitutional. Well, when we have a disagreement about what's constitutional, what do? We go to court, and a court decides. And not one court in the country has said that they are unconstitutional. And there have been cases. And what they have found is, when you are in the public, your right to privacy is lessened. You have a license plate on your car for a reason. That license plate could be seized by the state of Ohio. It is there to identify your car from the other cars that look like your cars, to make your car identifiable. That's what a license plate is for. That's why they exist. And when you drive by a static camera that takes a picture of your license plate, that has been accepted by courts all across the country as not being a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Now, has the Supreme Court ruled? No, they have not. Could they rule? Sure they could, because there may be people who want to appeal the appellate court rulings to the Supreme Court. Whether the court hears it or not, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. But just today, I was in common police court where we were at a trial where people drove by 157 North Grand and shot from their moving car at people and cops on the porch. Remember the video? You all saw the video. Flat cameras played a vital role in making that apprehension of somebody who was willing to drive by and shoot at witnesses to a crime and 2 police officers. And we've just today, a man who came from Indiana to steal an 11-year-old autistic boy was sentenced in common police court, where we used flock cameras to help recover that child unharmed. So If anybody wants to come look and see how flock cameras work, in real life, not on the internet where people can say whatever they want, please come and we'll show you. Absolutely, ma'am. I absolutely will show you. When we leave here, we'll go downstairs and do it.
Great.
All right.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
How many times has the police department used that?
You have to identify
yourself.
Well, we're not even.
Well, we're not at that point right now. We'll do public
We're trying to
comments
have a
after this.
conversation here.
Thank you. Anything else from Councilor Edmund?
Just a question. So, just going back to the law director's comments, hypothetically speaking, there were a motion on the floor to remove all flock cameras from anywhere within the city limits. Where would that go?
Recommend that that draft be submitted to Legislation, Codes and Regulations Committee the next Monday night, so that we actually have a draft that can see it.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Thank you, Mr. Rollins. Mr. T. Smith, you got the ball rolling on this. Do you want to conclude?
Could you tell us why you would rather have it go through committee? I'm just curious.
You're making a law, one of the most significant things the council does, and it's best to follow the procedures that are in place, which are a draft of a proposal is submitted to a committee chair. In this case, it'd be codes, and then the codes would take it up, and we'd have discussions as we do with all the matters that we consider. But it's most appropriate to take it through committee, and since it would become a law in the city of Marion.
Mr. T. Smith, did you have one other thing?
Yeah, I did. I'm thinking that if we do something about it, they can bring it back to us and we can create a new contract and we can see if we like it from there. I'm going to make a motion that we remove all flock cameras from the city of Marion and ask the administration to do that. That's my motion.
Mr. Stevenson.
I will second.
Question.
Yes, Chief?
What if they're on private property? Can the city council ban something from being on private property? It's a question, I don't know the answer.
I would assume not.
Well, I didn't hear you, sir.
I would assume not if it's on private property.
Law Director Russell?
I guess I have some clarifying questions.
Yes.
So, if a flock camera is on private property, we've just crossed over that public-private threshold that we just spoke so adequately about like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So what flock cameras are on private property, and are those private property owners being compensated for having the flock camera?
The answer to the second part of your question is nobody is compensated. There are flock cameras that are in the right-of-way, and there are some that are on I can think of one that's on the edge of a business on Center Street. We got permission from them when it was put up. So I don't, but
Does an easement
nobody
exist-
gets paid.
Does an
anything for
easement
flock.
exist for that, or was it just a one-off business owner providing permission to place a camera, or is there like a legal easement to do so?
My understanding, we asked and they said yes.
Then we could probably absolutely have that removed. I don't know why we couldn't.
We're out on Center Street, if you don't mind me asking.
Just a little bit west of Jefferson.
Mr. Dickton?
Before we vote on legislation that we don't have in front of us, doesn't that have to go through a motion to go to committee first, or to take it out of committee first?
You don't have to.
We don't have to? I thought it had to go to the committee, but for consideration. And if it doesn't go to the committee for consideration, we have to vote to take it out of committee consideration. I would like to see something written before I vote on anything. I'm just going to vote on something that doesn't exist.
If I may, I know of a councilman that made a motion on the floor to not allow the administration to increase bus fare, and we approved of that. And that was just a motion right on the floor. So You have a first and a second, Chris?
Yes, we have a first from Mr. T. Smith and a second from Mr. Stevenson. Would you restate again, Mr. T. Smith?
My motion was to instruct the administration to remove all flock cameras from within the city limits.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, so when you're ready.
Madam President,
Yes.
point of order, after there's a motion and a second, there should be asked if there's further discussion before there's a vote.
You're correct, thank you. Further discussion? Yes, Ms. Lepke.
Teresa Lepke, 555 Normandy Drive. I don't know personally if I am for or against the city having flock cameras. But if you're going to have legislation in front of you and do 3 readings for e-bike legislation, for goodness sakes, there needs to be legislation in front of this group. You need to follow the process that's in place on writing legislation so that you can answer questions about where they're located. You can do that research. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction. So I encourage city council members, regardless of your position of flock cameras, to vote no on this motion tonight.
Yes.
Kimberly Mayor, 890 Gay Park Street. I just want to thank Thaddeus Smith for the motion on the floor. I know there's chatter about it being a Fourth Amendment violation. It appears to be that, of what I was taught in school. It probably should go multiple hearings, because one of the things I was writing down is there's 9 things, and like almost all of them were declaring emergency. People of Marion do not want declaring emergency, because it sounds like everybody's just trying to hurry it through. Nobody wants that. So, yeah, but to Mr. Ralph Smith's point, just because we have some cameras doesn't mean we need to have 1,000 cameras. Walmart was one of the first ones that got our face when we're walking in the deodorant aisle. I was not happy about that then either. Unfortunately, Walmart's a private company. This is a private company that's been infiltrated in our city, that's not inside a building, that our MPD and sheriff have paid a subscription to, because Flock is a private company, and they're paying a subscription fee to have access. There's many people across the United States. I mentioned this months ago in November with Mr. Cooper, because that's the night I showed up here, guys, if you remember. It was like November 24th or something, because of the thing, and because of the $9 million or whatever. But then Mr. Cooper got up and started talking about the flock cameras. That's, something told me that's why I'm here. Anyway, that's why I'm here. And now we're this many months later, and it come to find out that Mr. Nathan Stevenson, thank you for all of your comments, sir. As he kind of proved to the points that I had made months ago that they could be hacked and all that good stuff. So I thank you for looking into that, and that you weren't even on the council at the time. So I appreciate those efforts. Yes. So I appreciate the efforts for the people that are trying to support the flock cameras, because as I do see good with almost everything, unfortunately our world has proven that we can't do good. Everybody just messes it all up. And because of that, and it violating the Constitution, that's why I've been against it. And that's why I didn't like them. I've not liked them since they went up years ago. And my question, right before I leave here, is I had brought up information to the council, in which Mr. Pollock did respond. And I brought it up to the police department and to the sheriffs, and sent information about the flock cameras and the ordinance that was written up. And I've yet to hear any follow-up, even though you said you get to it. Remember the request I made like on April 2nd? We're like 90 days, and I've yet to hear anything from your office.
I'll double check. I know the thing that you responded.
It was
You
about
didn't
the
ask for
flock camera.
records, you asked us to do different things, which is different than a public records request. But most of what you asked for is in our monthly report. We put in and we send it to, if you click the council agenda and look at MPD reports, there are flock reports in there about where we use them, how we've used them, who has access. All of that stuff is on our website or on the monthly report that every member of council gets. It gets attached to the agenda.
It gets so, because on that ordinance that I was in question about, it says that you were supposed to do an annual follow-up. I don't think they'd have their annual follow-up.
We give it to them monthly.
Monthly. I think they're supposed to have an annual one, that way we hear, the people can hear it.
It's
too.
on the agenda, man.
But we don't know that, okay? When you just say it's on the agenda, you can't just say it's on the agenda. Because I'm talking about, we're talking about different things. You can't just say it's on the agenda. I'm losing my train of thought now, but anyway, I just want to thank you for your comment.
Ms. Mayor?
Yes.
Just to clarify, I think what the chief's saying is, there's a hyperlink on the agenda down at the reports and communications.
On the
And
agenda where, on our, every.
Yeah, and it's on the website also, and if you click on that, it's in blue, and you click on it, those are the police reports for the month. And it'll take you to all those, even the flock reports. And I think that's what, am I right?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know that, because
Yeah.
guess what?
Yes.
I'm a paper and pencil person. I really don't want all
You gotta
these
click on
apps
them
and all this
hyperlinks.
stuff, which is why I'm against this camera staring at me all the time. It's just another device. And it goes against the other ones, because some of those other cameras, they have to ask for a warrant for that stuff. When it comes to these spot cameras, they got the subscription, they don't need a warrant. And then they can just take all this stuff, next thing you know, they got you in court, and you're like, well, how did you do that? It went against the Constitution without a warrant. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mayor. Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, I just want to speak to the two gentlemen that have the motion on the floor. Fully support the motion. However, if you guys choose to withdraw your motion, I will make a commitment that I will help you draft legislation before the next committee meeting that we can get before legislation and code. So entirely up to you what you want to do, but fully support what you're trying to do with the legislation.
See what happens.
Gentlemen? Ms. Lang, you want to chime in on this?
I do, not as treasurer, but as a resident, Twyla Lang, 643 Cleveland Avenue. Particularly to Councilman Thaddeus Smith, you sit and you vote no on every suspension of the rules for 3 reads. And I know why you do that, but yet you want to put legislation through now that nobody has any knowledge, readable paperwork in front of them as to what you are actually wanting. And I feel that a piece of legislation should be written up and should go through committee and go through the reads of committee and then forward it on to council to adopt or not adopt at that point. But to come from the floor, regardless if it's been done in the past or not, you're doing exactly what you vote against every time.
If I may.
Mr. T. Smith?
I respect that, and that's fine. But like you kind of said, it's already been discussed numerous times. We've had several meetings regarding block. This is a national problem, in my opinion. This isn't just our city. Our city might not have any problems. We don't really know. It's the system in general all over the country. I will not remove
And that might be the case, and that's true, but you still need to follow proper legislation rules.
Thank you, Ms. Lang. One more?
I think the decorum says we
Name and
can
address.
speak once, Philip Townsend, 992 Jamaica, 363 Hardy Mountain Way. I think the whole decorum thing said you speak once and you sit down and you wait your turn again. And on the other side of that, if, when it goes through committee, I don't see you standing up. When the readings are suspended, I don't see you standing up saying, hold up, let's read this. Let's follow this. So if you're going to hold people's feet to the fire, hold your own. I don't understand why certain people on this council have trouble with people discussing things. The minute something comes up, you get all up, or some people get all up in a uproar about, well, we don't even have jurisdiction here, we shouldn't even be talking about this, and yada, 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 yada. It's a discussion. Why are you worried about a discussion? You know, I mean, the argument that if you're not doing anything wrong, what are you worried about? Okay, so let's work off that argument. If you're not doing anything wrong, would we agree that we should just pull everybody over? When there's a crime, let's just pull everybody over. Let's just roadblock and pull everybody over, because if you're not doing anything wrong, everybody gets pulled over, everybody gets searched, everybody gets checked. But see, it's against the Constitution. I think in the United States, we're supposed to be able to travel throughout the United States unmolested, without having papers to be stopped, like Gestapo, and have to prove who we are. As I said, if you're, the whole argument of, you know, we're not doing anything wrong, so why don't public servants have to wear body cameras at every hour that they're on the record, that they're at work, that they're doing public service, that they're doing any of that, and they can't be shut off? Because if you're not doing anything wrong, what y'all worried about? Why don't you wear you guys want to put cameras on the public, you want to surveil the people. You are the public servants. The servants are trying to surveil the boss. It's backwards. I appreciate you, Mr. Stevenson, I really do. I appreciate you, Mr. Smith, I appreciate you, Mr. Aaron Rollins, Kreider. I appreciate you, Mr. Ralph Smith. You surprised me today. I think you're a military man. I think you fought for our rights. I think you understand how, and you're probably old enough that you fought, you know, against some fascism and things like that. And you understand how rights can be twisted, and that whole argument of, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, and there's already cameras everywhere. We have cameras right there, we have cameras right there, and an incident took place here that happened right after council, but you know, somebody's real positive there was no audio, huh? Wow, I think there's probably audio. Pretty sure there's audio. So, I mean, like I said, public servants, let's all put cameras on. Should there be a camera in your office? Should there be a camera in your office that stays on 24/7 in your office? If we're not doing nothing wrong, I mean, it's a valid point. Thanks.
Anything else? Mr. Kelly?
Sula Kelly, 365 East Farming. I have concerns about this not going to committee first, simply because it's easier to challenge the law if it hasn't gone through full protocol procedures. And two, when it's in committee, we can do some investigation and to the fact of this is county money to put these up to the grant for the county. Correct. So what rights do we have to deal with that and to interfere with something the county has done, even though it's in city limits? So I think that would be better served by being in committee and being investigated. Maybe invite the sheriff in, maybe invite the
Commissioners.
well, not the commissioners, but the county attorney.
Prosecutor.
Yeah, prosecutor. To talk about this and see what our options actually are. Maybe if we talk to them, they'll take them down and we don't have to spend any money. So I mean, I think that's a better way to approach this, whichever way you're going to go in the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Kelly.
Mr. Kelly.
Anything else on this?
As I stated, Mr. Kelly, we've already talked about flock cameras numerous times.
Yes, but there's not been any investigation and talk with the county. We've talked amongst ourselves, But nobody's
Well,
talked
if
with
the
the
county,
county
if the
that I'm
county
aware
wants
of.
them in the county can have them.
Well, technically, they're in the county.
They're in the city.
Well, yes, but they're technically in the county.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just make that point, to that point. You know, when we were talking through budget discussions and should we include flock, not include flock, no one from the county came here and said, yeah, we're reapplying for that grant. No one from the county came here and said, yeah, we were re-awarded that grant. As far as I'm concerned, the communication is a two-way street.
Good point. Mr. Stevenson and then Mr. Barr.
I'd just like to acknowledge, I think that the room has said that they'd like to see this go to committee first, and I do actually somewhat agree with that I wouldn't like to rush this solely because I would like to see legislation put forth that not only mentions flock, but bans all third-party surveillance, no matter what the company is, that we have robust rule set that not only blocks one company, but blocks whatever their replacement becomes after they are kicked out.
And
So is that rescinding your second?
It is.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Barr, did you have something else to add?
I was just gonna point out, Sheriff Bells was here and did speak on them applying
Okay.
for another grant months ago.
Anything else from council or admin? Okay. Hearing no second, I guess we will just wait until this goes to, is brought up in committee. Yes, Ms. Lockwood?
Is there any way that we could ask the prosecutor and the sheriff to come to the committee meetings and talk, so we can get their side of it?
Sure. I don't see why not. Mr. Smith?
All right, so Mr. Rollins, just make sure that you, I'm not rescinding my motion, but since he rescinded his, just to inform you, maybe put that on information systems when the meeting comes up. When you have committees come up, maybe add something to information systems.
Legislation codes.
Oh, okay, yeah, legislative codes, never mind.
Yeah, information is my committee.
Legislation.
Got you on informations, my bad.
Okay, anything else from admin or council? All right, move on to scheduling committee meetings.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just wanted to have a notification here. We had a letter from Aqua about a water line replacement along East Center Street, from State Street to the Wolf Court. And that's gonna, by being on Center Street, could have some traffic kinds of issues. So that's coming up here this month, so, okay.
Okay, thank you.
On that note, I have a question. How is that going to affect the Popcorn Festival? Because it said 90 days.
Yeah, well, I said in
Only to be one lane on Center
right
Street.
here it says, all activities will be suspended evenings September 8th through the 14th, so.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Mr. T. Smith?
Yeah, I had a member of the community call me today and say that the new online system for when you pay your city bill for like ACH payments is now costing $1. And he wasn't, he wasn't upset too much about that, but it was his recollection that ACH payments used to be free. And I was kind of under the same impression. So do we know, is the new system charging people to call in and pay by phone, or?
I think with the new system, there is a fee that is charged by the company.
Okay.
It's not money that goes to the city.
The ACH is $1, and then a credit card's like 2.75%. So it's cheaper to do the ACH.
Sure.
But they also still have the option of always bringing cash.
And he understood that. He was just bringing up the point that the last system there was no charge for it, so.
So the system no longer able to be used. it's at the end of life, so we
Right.
didn't have an option but to switch.
Understood. All right, thank you. But it does cost $1 then, to make ACH.
I'll double check that, but I think it does cost $1.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to committees. Mr. Clark, Airports, Lands and Buildings.
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Ralph Smith, Information Systems.
I originally thought no, but I heard somebody say something about sending to information. Is that right, Mr. Smith?
Well, I thought that we needed to send the flock conversation through there, seeing how it's dealing with cameras and whatnot.
Should I go through legislation first?
Yeah.
That goes to
That would
legislation.
be part of our information system.
All right.
But nothing at this time.
Okay. Jobs and Economic Development, Mr. Rollins.
I do believe we have some old business to discuss, so I'm going to go, I'd be the first one, right? 6:30?
Yes, 6:30. Now, I'm not sure why Mr. Pollock has this, but he has 8/3/26 written in that box. Does that make any sense?
I'm not, that might be a public, that might be the public hearing for one of the pieces of legislation.
Oh.
I
Okay.
can't say for sure, but
All right.
I do know we have some old business to discuss.
Okay.
That's the CRA.
The August 3rd date, you think, is the CRA?
That's for the
Okay.
CRA.
Thank you.
There's enough time to release schools.
Mr. R. Smith, Legislation, Codes, and Regulations.
Yes, old business and possibly flock. At 6:35.
All right. Mr. T. Smith, Municipal Services, Parks and Rec.
Does anything come in? Nothing at this time.
All right. Mr. Dichtel, Public Utilities.
Yeah, there's going to be a brief discussion about a letter we got from Ohio Edison rate increase. We'll come after legislation and codes. If it's just old business, it could be 6:40. If they're going to be talking about flock, about 1 in the morning. So 6:40.
Thank you. Regional Planning, Ms. Larkin.
Well, it says June 24th. What day is it?
I looked that up, but that's not, I didn't write it here.
Normally it would be July 22nd, but I think we don't have any business this month, so we will end up canceling.
Okay. So nothing at this time for that. Mr. Barr, Streets and Sewers.
Nothing at this time.
All right. Mr. Barr, Traffic Commission.
Yeah, 6:45, I think we have some results back from some of the traffic studies.
And Mr. Kreider, Zoning and Annexation.
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Rollins, Finance.
Yeah, old business, new business, we'll talk audits, fines, all that, 6:50.
Alrighty, now we come to public comments. Can we get back to yours now? And if you will restate, possibly even spell out your last name.
DE_FRANKS. I live at 832 North Main Street in Marion. I was just, I probably missed, we probably had comments last time and I didn't hear. But I wanted to say I'm not happy about doing away with curbside recycling pickup. Overall, our sewer and sanitation bills, they have 3 separate charges and they have all increased a lot. The sewer rates, we are in the 9th year of a 10-year increase of 5% each year. Storm sewer, as of March 2026, my bill was $7.20 a month for that. But then in April, it went up to $13.20, which was an 83% increase. And the sanitation, which includes the curbside recycling, was $22 a month. It went up to $25 a month, which is a 13.6% increase. And we lost curbside recycling on the 624 email I got. And so basically I'm complaining because we're paying more for less. And that seems to happen a lot these days. I had questions also, and I didn't know who to address them to, like the joining of the 4 counties when they recycle, Delaware, Marion, Morrow, and Knox. Do any of these, do they all have to do away with curbside recycling, are they all offering the same services? Do they have to do the same thing? Because it seems like, when I looked it up online, it seemed like Marion County was the last county to offer curbside recycling, and all of a sudden, they did away with it too. And then I understood that the people were transferred to other departments, they weren't laid off, so that doesn't sound like, is it a money problem, or what is it? And so, I just wondered if these 4 counties, are they like have to be in lockstep together? I don't know. And then there's a lot of things that, we don't really know. And also, the other 3 counties and the 4 counties, I don't think they do yard waste pickup. And so that brings me to the question, are they doing away with yard waste pickup next? That sounds like it would be the next thing to go. And, because I remember someone a long time ago telling me, almost like they were doing the residents a favor, that, oh yeah, well, we could drop it off at Barks Road anytime, our yard waste pickup. Because, they made mulch out of it, and I'm thinking, my car's not equipped to carry all that crap over to Barks Road, nor do I really want to. And so, why can't they get, if it's a money problem, why can't they get grant money to consider this problem? I mean, they seem to have no problem asking for grant money for the flock cameras we were talking about. And so, I don't know, I dropped some off last week at the new place way out on West Center, and they've got this big old sign. I don't know if it's temporary or not, but that surely has got to cost a bit too, those kinds of signs. And I'm not sure if I couldn't see it right or not, but it said no turnaround, but I didn't see a place to go out. Now, somebody was telling me it automatically opens for you, but another car was there, and they also turned around. It didn't look like it was a place you could actually get out of, and I'm thinking if there was a lot of cars, it might be problematic. So anyways, I had all these questions, and who knows the answers?
Okay, thank you. Mr. Mayor, would you like to handle some of this?
Let me try to unravel it. If I forgot something, let me know, but I'll try to unravel from the start to the finish. So, a lot of the increases that you're talking about, no increases have been made for over 15 years in those different funds. So like sanitation, your sanitation had not went up for 15 years. Your storm sewer had not went up for 15 years.
Maybe not.
So they were supposed to be keeping track of that in the past. So every couple of years, they're supposed to do an assessment and see what they needed to do to raise the bill, to keep up with the cost of living, basically, the cost of what it cost us to go to the transfer station and dump the trash off went up significantly over that period of time. So for us to only raise that part $3, we kept it pretty reasonable with our increase there as far as the trash went.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, it's not a problem, we're doing recycling, yeah.
Now, as far as there is no additional recycling fee, like we didn't charge additional money to do curbside recycling. That was something the city started many years ago that continued to the point where it cost us about $500,000 a year to do curbside recycling. And if we're lucky, maybe 27% of the people participated in
No, you're
curbside
right about that, most of
recycling.
my neighbors.
So I know a lot of people liked it, so we wanted to keep an option available for people that were hardcore recyclers that wanted to continue to do that, to still be able to drop off that. So that's kind of where DKMM comes into effect, but there's the 4-county region that is what you mentioned.
Yeah, because even that stuff it's costs you $20 a car now. They had at the fairgrounds a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
If you brought your recycling in, it's $20 a car. The only thing you didn't pay for, which I took in, was household batteries. That was free. But yeah,
So different communities are in different situations. Whether Delaware still offers curbside recycling or not, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they have a lot more income than we do here in the city of Marion.
That's why I was surprised. I didn't think they do.
The people that you're talking about that were employed in the recycling program. You're right, we didn't lay them off, but we also held off filling positions in the city garage for months because we knew that we were going away with curbside recycling. So we didn't want to have to lay those guys off if we didn't have to, so we held off filling other positions that when we did do away with it, they infilled those positions. So we are still saving that money in the recycling because there's nobody employed in there anymore. And,
What about yard waste?
so yard waste is staying. Yard waste is staying for the time being because it doesn't cost us that kind of money like recycling did. We do yard waste the day after regular pickup, and they might drive down 3 blocks before they ever see anything that needs picked up, and they take out the parts, or out to Barks Road. But you're right, I mean, a lot of people can't handle taking limbs and that kind of stuff. Even though it's free to take it out to Barks Road, they don't have a way to do that. So we try, that is staying. There's no...
Don't they make money on that?
We don't make money on taking that out. No, they take it for free, but we don't make money off of it. And in fact, recycling, we used to make money on recycling when they first started that in Marion. We would get paid to take them recyclables. And then over the years, as the market for recycled material dropped, we had to start paying. So in the end, we were paying almost $50,000 a year just to drop the stuff off, to have it 80% of it sent to the landfill anyway.
That's too bad.
So I hope I answered some of those. We tried to answer those throughout, and I know it's hard to get word out.
The 4 counties had to be in agreement on
They
it.
don't have to be in agreement. So DKMM is the solid waste districts that's made up of those 4 counties. There's a big board that oversees that process. And in Marion already, you'll see out by River Valley or out in Pleasant at the township, they have drop-off locations for recycling. So DKMM is paying for the dumpsters that we have down at the city garage. So down there where you can drive through, you can drive all the way through there and go back out. So that's how it's supposed to work. And the big sign, we didn't buy that because we already had that sign. We use it for special events or street closures, that kind of
I
thing.
know sometimes.
So we already have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else from the public? All right. Let's go back to the gentleman at the very back, and then we'll come back to you, Ms. Mayor, unless we have anybody else who hasn't spoken yet.
No, you go right ahead. Christian Stone, 983 Richmond Ave. A lot of you may not know me, but some of you may have heard my story as it's been posted on Crime Chronicles recently. On May 24th, our house was flooded with sewage waste. On May 22nd, no, 23rd.
We can just have one of you at a time if you ladies would just...
I'm the homeowner.
Okay. Well, he'll have to speak and then you'll have to be recognized, okay?
On May 23rd, the city was called because there was a backup of the lines on Richmond Ave, causing several houses not to be able to flush their toilets. They said they had fixed the problem and left for the day. They had not. There were still several houses that were left unable to flush their toilets. Many of us had to go to gas stations and stores to use the bathroom. That is not the problem here. The problem is when they came back out on May 24th, they openly stated that they used more pressure than they would have to try and clear the clog. And in results of that, they ended up flooding 983 Richmond, 989 Richmond, and a couple other houses throughout the neighborhood with adjoining lines. In a matter of 5 minutes, our house was flooded with 1,000 gallons of water. If possible, I would like to present pictures and paperwork of the incident to the council members to take a look at it.
I think that's okay.
I was about to say.
This is the quote for the tear out and the quote for the rebuild. Thank you.
Since the time of the incident, I have had to take time off work because the insurance through our home insurance did not cover even half of the cost of the mitigation. Along with that, we have filed a claim with the city stating that there was more damage than what our insurance covered, and there was probably another way of going around that situation that didn't flood homes. Because I know at my job, I only deal with people's grass. When I have a concern that I'm going to cause damage to somebody's property, I have to call my direct supervisor and double check that, hey, is it all right if I do this? I would like to make sure that that was done at the time of incident. I have requested maintenance records on the lines from Matt Ice, who told me that, let me see, I have the ticket here. Tom Lowe's was out of town, and he was the only one with access to the maintenance records to be able to send them to me, and I will not have them until the end of this week. So I don't have any more information on that. It cost $24,000, a little bit of extra in there, I'm not entirely sure the exact number off the top of my head right now, worth of damage to our home, and over $20,000 worth of damage to our neighbor's home. That far exceeds what I would consider to be reasonable insurance claim for a city cleaning a sewer line. We also received a letter of denial from the city's insurance company on the 6th.
I'll just take
that
a
evening.
total for you if you want, okay?
It is a denial letter from the city's insurance saying for an address in Worcester. It is addressed to the correct person, but it is also stated that there was a thorough investigation, but the denial letter was still sent for a property in Worcester. Today, on the way here, we received another denial letter marked for the same date, coincidentally gotten a week later. Not to be that type, yes, it's still marked for the same date, just received a week later with the correct address. And on July 6th, my wife had contacted Sean Barr and spoke to him about the situation, and he was unaware. On the 7th, she had made calls in to Rob Cowell and Mr. Mark Russell. He spoke with my wife, pretty apprehensive about talking to her in general because we are not the homeowners, but we do live in the home. We are dealing with human waste in our home that our one-year-old daughter lives in. I feel that has a right to be addressed. In which case, he had said that he had spoken to the homeowner, Ms. Reed, weeks ago about the matter, but had not had a discussion with anybody about it since then. Coincidentally, after it went on Facebook and multiple calls over the next 2 days after the denial letter, it was important enough to have a meeting about. And since then, it has been, we're having a meeting, and we would just like to make sure things are getting done and that it is on the agenda to be looked at. There were also homes behind ours that were affected by the damage, one whose bathroom was just remodeled for over $14,000. So we are just here to share the situation and hope that something can be done to at least get it more looked into and actually addressed, whether it go one way or the other.
Thank you.
Christina Reed, same address, 983 Richmond Avenue. I have also brought proof, because I contacted the health department, and they said that vaccines were going to be necessary because we were walking in 6 inches of raw sewage while we were trying to clean it up. And so I have since had to go get updates on vaccines. Thank God the baby and my children were both up to date. I have a letter from the baby's pediatrician kicking her out of our home because it was not safe for her to be there. And so my daughter and my granddaughter had to move out until we were able to get the money from, get the money together to pay for the house to be cleaned. That's some of those pictures you can see, 2 foot and down. Everything had to go. So
only 30 inches tall, by the way.
So we had to rip out the walls, rip out the floors, take everything down to the bare concrete slab, and clean it and disinfect it before the child was permitted to come back into the home. think you pretty well touched on it all.
And Ms. Reed, did I understand you to be the owner?
I am the homeowner, yes. This is my daughter, my son-in-law, and my granddaughter.
Thank you. Mr. Russell, did you?
Madam President, yeah, and Mr. Stone, I want to clear up something, because you did leave a message for me. I believe there was some confusion. I think Safety Service Director Rob Cow had talked with your wife. I haven't had a phone conversation.
I have spoken with Mr. Rob several times.
Okay, hold on, I'm just pointing out, I haven't talked.
My wife has your phone number on her phone from the night you called her, so I don't really advise again about saying that.
Okay, well, I'd like to see it, but let me say the important thing. This is the important thing. So on Friday, Safety Service Director Rob Cow, myself, and our insurance management company were on the phone, and we are in processing, reevaluating the denial from the insurance company. It's being reevaluated, and we would hope, the hope is we'll have an answer by the end of the week from the insurance company's reconsideration of the denial.
I was just a little concerned because after speaking with you guys and going to City Hall to talk to you guys, now we have a letter from your insurance company that is now correctly addressed, marked for the same date.
Okay, I can't speak for the insurance company, but
Again, I
can
just know, as you've said, you've had conversations with them. I'm sorry.
That's okay, I'd be as emotional. You're very, you presented very well. But my point is, the insurance company is reconsidering the denial, and Mr. Cowell and myself were on the phone, and we're working to have them make a decision, a reconsideration decision this week.
Okay, regardless, I would still like the maintenance records, and I would like to know if the service persons on site contacted their supervisor or if the city engineer was consulted before upping the pressure.
I hope you get answers. I know Mr. Ice and Mr. Lodes will get you the maintenance records. So if you don't get the maintenance records from them, we will help you get the records. You can have the maintenance records.
Okay, but I was told Mr. Lowe's was I was told by Mr. Ice that Mr. Lowe's was the only one who had access to the records.
And that may be true. Superintendent Ice would know that better than I do.
I called and talked to him after I spoke.
Okay, I just wanted to, thank you.
The good news is you guys followed up on the suggestions from our conversations, and it sounds like Mr. Russell and the administration is asking our own insurance company to reconsider the denial. So I think we're gaining some traction here.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate all of the effort.
On the emotional side of things, I want you guys to look at that baby who has not been permitted to finally, now that she knows how to walk around, she has not been permitted to be put down. No, I'm not even kidding. She has not been permitted to be put down, first because of the germs and the issue there, but now because we have open walls everywhere and nails sticking out.
Wires, drywall,
Yeah.
things that she can easily put in her mouth in a matter of seconds. She learned how to walk a week and a half before this happened. Imagine learning something and then it being stripped from you.
We can't put her down. She's too big for a playpen. All she does is scream. Frankly, I'm astounded by her tonight. I'm not even kidding. I keep looking over at her to see if she's still breathing. I don't know how many of you have kids, but take like teething or colic and put that all night, every night, with no end in sight. With that aside, this is our neighbor.
Dana Blackburn, 989 Richmond Avenue. Same problem. I have pictures also. Raw sewage in my tub, running into my house, and same issue. Toilet, backflip. So I just strip out my entire house. Flooring, just had new flooring put in. So just same issue. So.
Are you aware of the problem?
Yes, I believe you filled out the claim form too, right?
Yes.
Mr. Stone did, and you, yeah, those are the two that we've received, yeah. It's being reconsidered.
Thank you.
Mr. Carter?
Yeah, do we know of any other claims that people have had, that just being the...
We have the 2 claims.
Just the 2? Just, not nobody else's? Okay.
Well,
Ms. Mayor?
One more quick question. Is it possible to make sure that doesn't happen again? Is there something that can be done? That it never happens again?
I'll have a conversation with Mr. Rice and get back to you.
Thank you.
I'd like to know the outcome of that.
Thank you very much,
conversation, if you don't mind.
all of you.
Marion, I need to first. I haven't been up here for a couple weeks, and I've had people asking me, because they know I usually come up here, about the tornado sirens. I know that they have an app, and there's things for like that to be notified, but I guess the tornado sirens were designed for outside use. Well, what about if you're outside and you don't have your phone and you're playing? I mean, is there anything, are we doing anything with the tornado sirens themselves?
It was my understanding that all but one is functional, and they are outdated. We cannot get parts to service them, so that's why the online app. I would imagine we're just going to keep functioning with the ones that we have for the time being.
I mean, because there's movies made about how towns that don't have sirens and how devastation happens. I mean, is there like any kind of new development? I mean, these apps is the newest technology. There's no.
Unfortunately, yes.
I mean, what about Oklahoma?
No, we have,
Most towns are moving away from the
I would assume
Sirens.
Valley probably invest in actual sirens.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, don't they have like? I just was concerned because I'm like, it's something that we're used to hearing and I've had people asking me, and I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't been up here for a couple weeks, but, and like, I knew about the app. I'm aware of the app, so I'm like, and that's great. But I was just, what about the people that? Because it was always intended for outside people. What about those people if they're not having their phone? That was my question. But, okay, thanks.
thank you. Mr. Townsend?
Randy Conway, 400 Delaware Avenue. You and I spoke briefly at the thing. I got that copy of the amendment and what they did to me. The police officer that took it, that took the initial report had lied on his thing. It was not, I think you and I talked about that too. What he put down was nothing compared to the actual recording that where I recorded him the same time he was recording me. But now, since we brought it up, they're trying to evict me over me trying to get me in trouble. And this happened
I thought you said you were relocating anyway, that you were moving out.
Yeah, but I wanted to let you hear this, let council hear, because charges need to be brought to them, one for assaulting a senior citizen. I don't know if council can still see them fingerprints from this lady. She's a short, stocky lady, to say the least. And they broke into my house, or let me start getting, had bed bugs, terrible. They said they didn't have them. The towers is absolutely loaded with bed bugs. Don't let anyone tell you they're not, because they are. They came in to spray, or I seen them there this day on the 13th, and I called their company to see if they could come and spray mine. Yes, Mr. Conley, while they're there, we'll have it done. I had just bought some new stuff from a house over at Muirfield area, nice stuff, and I was going to have that taken to my storage unit, but they delivered it there, so I'm out in the hallway, and I had my little parakeet in a box when the bed bugs people came in to spray. As they came out, the lady manager and the maintenance manager was coming down the hallway, and they said, what's this? And I said, well, I brought it out, my bird out, because they're spraying. Why they found more bugs? They said they haven't got rid of them. To this day, I've been sprayed 14 times. I live in a one-bedroom, concrete ceiling, concrete floor, concrete walls. 14 times been sprayed. When they spray, you never smell anything. You don't see no dead bugs. It's God's trees. You can come out and look at my paperwork. When the lady manager says, well, I'm going to go in there. And I said, you can't go in there. I said, you have to give me a 24-hour notice. That's on our contract before you enter the property. The maintenance man says, I'm going in, uses his pass key, starts to go in. I'm in my other little buggy, if you guys see me in. I said, no, you're not. I start to go forward and block my door. This lady grabs hold of me, pulls me off my buggy. There is written, where it was witnessed, there's written things, which I showed that to you, correct? Yeah, I gave it to you in the office. You can look at the report. But anyways, people witnessed it, wrote or signed out things for it. No one has ever caught. There was a real super nice officer, an Ed Brown, that I don't know if some of you know him, seemed concerned, said that he would get to the bottom of it. Nothing's been done yet, but I think his finger's a little crossed. But at this time, I would like to let you guys hear where they admit not only grabbing me, but entering my house, and they admit, yes, it was wrong, they shouldn't have done it. Maybe council could get the fire, or get the police department to do something about these people. They are so used to treating senior citizens that don't have a pot to pee in, terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. These people know that if they say anything, they're going to be kicked out on the street. And when they say kicked out, they can get you out in 9 days. Yes, they can guarantee, I've seen it too many times. They just had an 82-year-old lady had to leave because she went out and yelled at the mail manager for roaches at her place. Well, all of a sudden, this company came in, I never had bed bugs in there, had roaches, big roaches too, I've seen them. Well, the next, or she went to bed that night, the next day they came in and sprayed. That night she was getting eat up in her bed. Her bed was absolutely loaded with bed bugs. Now, wonder how them bed bugs came in. This company that's doing this does not want to kill the bed bugs because that's a large amount of money every 2 weeks for them. But I need the council to hear what you tried to list it out there and it was too loud. If you guys more than Mr. Russell, where did he leave?
He's talking to the last couple.
And Chief, if you guys want to hear where they admitted to it, so these can be, I don't know, is that a microphone just for TV or just for?
It's just for the TV. Just for the TV.
You want to come on?
I'm not sure how well we'll be able to hear.
Mr. Conley, I asked Lieutenant Brown to talk to you. You said you had a lot of witnesses, then you told him you wouldn't tell him who the witnesses were.
Yeah, I did.
And then you said we're going to he asked you to meet with him last week, and you said yes, and then you didn't come.
I can't early morning.
So I don't have a more laid-back cop than Ed Brown to help you get to the bottom of what we're trying to get to, but you got to do your part too. And if that means if you got a list of witnesses, we'll take them, and we'll do the thing.
Listen to them admit to what they did.
Okay.
Can you come over this way?
Yes, but you're still going to need to talk to Lieutenant Brown.
Okay,
That's how
right
this
now
works.
you can listen.
Okay.
If you guys can hear this also.
Barely.
That was illegal. I don't want that to ever happen again. I don't want that to happen to nobody. We have to do this. What I get it, this is why. If you contact the telephone company, go in,
I can't hear a thing.
None of us can hear it, Randy.
I don't know how to get it any louder on that.
Well, that'll be something that, as you said, Officer Brown will take care of.
So here's my advice. I saw in your hand, you have Lieutenant Brown's card.
Yeah, I've left 2 messages, he's been busy.
Yep. Give it to Lieutenant Brown. Give him the list of witnesses that you told him you had, but then you said you wouldn't give to him because you're going to use it for your lawsuit against the towers.
Yeah, and that's true. That is true, I did say that.
Okay, so if you want us to help you, you got to tell us your witnesses, okay?
When can you be at your office in the morning? I'll have them to you.
Okay. You need to call Lieutenant Brown.
Okay.
Okay, that's part of how this happens, where things is you talk to one guy, then one guy, then one guy, and then nobody knows what all the other guys were told and what we're doing. So we're going to stick with Lieutenant Brown, okay? And then I will be glad to come into the meeting, but your meeting will be with Lieutenant Brown.
Yeah, be there.
All right, I'll be there. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll be there.
At least 10, at least 10.
Okay. And then
I'll be at the police station.
We'll go from there.
Okay.
All right.
There was an officer that has already took this, his name was Walker. He came out, supposedly took my report, had me meet him downstairs. I told him everything, showed him my arm and stuff. He took pictures. But then when the I kept trying to get hold of him. They said that the little girl that answered the phone there said, yes, he's doing something, he'll get me back. He did, and went on his second week. Then all of a sudden, he was off 3 or 4 days. Finally, when he gets hold of me, he comes over and wants to meet me downstairs. Wouldn't come upstairs. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I went down, recording him as usual, always recorded officer. Went and I recorded it again, and he's like, well, I talked to these people, we don't see anything happen. If they would have just listened to, by the second week I had this, he would not listen to it whatsoever. They tell their name on here, so it's not like a recording. I know the police department can voice verify or whatever that is, but this has been going on for 6 months. You know, these people attacked me. You know, the lady attacked a handicapped senior citizen. That's a felony. She should not work around residents at all, chief, at all. The other young man was the maintenance supervisor. The one young man that was helping me through this, he got fired 2 weeks ago. You know, because he was wanting to get involved, like his exact words, the truth's the truth. And it is, the truth is the truth. You can't lie against recordings. I think it was going to be sent over here. You're Mark Russell, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the officer said he was going to turn it over to you. Does that sound familiar to you?
So police officers take reports and they compile them and they do send them to prosecutors for review. I don't remember seeing this particular instance.
Well, after this, would you take 4 minutes and 30-some seconds to listen to this?
This is important. Chief McDonald indicated you should meet with Lieutenant Ed Brown in the morning at 10.
Okay. And then I'll come out and let you listen to it.
No, you meet with Ed Brown.
Okay.
You provide him all your information so he can compile a report.
Yeah.
It's important that the officer compiling the information have it all right there up front, so it's in the report, and then it gets sent up. If we have questions after it's sent up, we may call you, but there's no need to come up.
I'll meet with you. I'll be down there at 10 o'clock in the morning with all my evidence to turn into, get you to sign for it. And then I will see you guys next Monday and let you know.
Thank you. Mr.
Keep me
Brown,
in your
Mr.
prayer.
Brown's a great guy. I'm sure he'll be taken care of.
Real nice guy. It's a lot better than the other officer that's now got fired. You know, if he would just.
Nobody got fired. You just can't say whatever you want. He decided that he didn't want to be a Marion policeman anymore and went to go somewhere else. But you just can't come in here and say people got fired or say whatever you want. It's not true.
I was told he was fired.
Well, that's incorrect.
Well, he's no longer on the force.
Okay, well, I think we've addressed this, and thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Law Director Russell?
Thank you for your concern at the fair.
Sure.
Mr. Townsend?
I'm shitty good.
Philip Townsend, I just very quickly, I just wanted to piggyback with people that were up before him with the drain issues and all that. I have a property at 992 Jamaica, and at the southern end of the street, every time we have a storm, the vac truck is down there every time. And I have test plugs. I have a bathroom tore out in the basement. I have test plugs down in for the shower and the toilet, and they've blown them out twice now. So I've had sewage, I've just cleaned it up, but they're not doing something right. They're not doing something because they're putting way too much pressure. And so, and I'm not picking on anybody. I get it, it's just sometimes people aren't paying attention and they get a little out overboard on things and maybe they put a little too much pressure or whatever. But I'm just trying to say that it is an issue, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. Anything else? All right. Hearing nothing, we will adjourn at 8:23.
I have not, but 2 people know it.